everyone. My name is Homa Molavi. I'm a science candidate at the University of Manchester, Department of Engineering Management. I work with a disciplinary project combining computer science tools and methodologies into management and business issues and problems. So if I want to start with my case study of Russell Group University, we have a transformation in the organizational structures governing university that it caused changes from a republic of scholars with stakeholder organizations for universities. It means that if they want to design their policies, if they want to plan their strategies, and if they want to govern the university, they should go for the stakeholder expectation, perception, and their behaviors. But unfortunately, due to several reasons that I mentioned through the theory, the behavior of the stakeholders become unpredictable. So there is no way in traditional research methodology management studies that we could go for make the behavior predictable and use it for designing our policies and strategies. I saw the theory of situational crisis communication. That it said that prior reputation of organization will affect on stakeholder behavior and perception. So it's quite like this one. It means that the behavior of stakeholders are desirable. So for example, if University of Manchester posts something on social media and said that we collaboration with other organizations in order to net zero policy, we for example, found something, we are going to conduct something for sustainable organization, for sustainable future for everyone. The desired behavior is we are going to project the behavior of stakeholders like, okay, they said I like it, they said we are happy for this policy. But the thing is, in 1975, theory of planned behavior says that because people are going to communicate in the group and interact in the group, and because of social interactions, the behavior of stakeholders, not just from their mindset, but also is from their reactions and interaction with others in their groups. So the thing is, it brings some actual behavior. It means that if we come back to our example, if University of Manchester posts that on the social media, maybe some people on social media said, this is fake news, or this is not for the sake of net zero policy, it's just for something like, but this is just a negativity that is going to just flow on the social media. In this case, we will predict the actual behavior of positive or negative. It means that I'm going to like it, I'm going to post a comment and say that I dislike it and I don't like it. But the thing is, because this is not just social interaction, it's not just this reputation and this theory. We have other factors that affect the behavior, and it causes this theory become more unpredictable. And unfortunately, the theory of management and management studies don't have any tools, or they don't have any measurement for predicting this behavior that we could use it for designing the strategy and designing the policies, because we just focus on discovering the factors, and we know that we have millions of factors to be identified. So in this case, we could reap the benefits of computer science, and computer science without in computer science we don't need to have we don't need to identify those factors. So without considering the factors, the computer science just said that, okay, so I could help you and said that what would be the behavioral patterns that you could predict it, and it gives us the clue that we could measure the reputation, we could measure our strategies, and afterwards with this NLP, with natural language processing, with sentiment analysis, machine learning, and AI tools, we could generate reputation score, we could generate social evaluation metrics, and we could go for performance irrespective of management studies, and we have many issues and challenges. So if you have any questions, that would be great.
nice presentation. My question is the hypothesis you put forth here. So if you get it to work finally, can it be applicable in smaller organizations, like small ventures? Can they be able to use it also to enhance how they work?
The project that I'm working on is it's quite complicated now. It works for everyone. It's works for every institution. Doesn't matter the size, because everything is related to the stakeholders, and the big data that we generated from we are going to extract it from social media. So it means that we could use it from every organization. It doesn't matter the size. Maybe it's a small company, it's an SME company, or maybe it is big companies. Because the thing that we work with them is not the data that we could gather from that organization. The data is gathered from the social media. It's data gathered from stakeholder behaviors. So it's completely practical for that. Yeah.
So sorry if I missed it. So what's the practical application of collecting this type of data? How do you use them?
How do I use this? Okay, so the thing is, when you are going to gather data from social media, you could go for sentiment analysis, and after sentiment analysis, if you look at this part, with some feature scaling and predicting using ensemble model, you could reach to reputation score. The thing is, previous and traditional methodology just identify some factors. So, for example, just say that this social axiom and design some questionnaire for it, like 5 questions for it, and afterwards just distribute it between people. That would be difficult because you have to find potential participants. But in this way, you're going to gather the relevant reaction to organizational actions, and you're going to put it in a mathematical formula, and you're going to put it in an algorithm, and use it in a machine learning model, and afterwards you could reach to the performance indicator, everything that you are going to do it in traditional way, and you could not do it. You could do it with machine learning in a better way, in a fast way, and with considering all of things comprehensive, not just considering 4 or 5 factors.
Right, and you feed, so that these results that you get out of this analysis, where do you feed this data? Like, what do you do with this information? Do you go back to the university, for example, and you say, I don't know, it informs their strategy on like what they publish or how they do it, or right? Okay.
Yeah. When we gather this data and we get the conclusion, we come back to the organization and we say that the previous strategy, previous policy that you had result in this reaction. But now, based on this result and based on this predictable model and algorithm, you should correct your strategy. You should correct your governance method. And
very interesting. Thank you.
So we have time for one more question.
So this is sentiment analysis, right?
Yeah, the part of it.
Oh,
because for generating reputation score, you have to go for sentiment analysis. Then you have to go through the other multi-layer hybrid stacking ensemble learning to generate the reputation. The sentiment analysis is just part of my methodology.
I see.
Okay. Thank you so much.
I just have a quick one. I'm a social scientist, so I look at it in a maybe slightly more. What does it mean for us, kind of, in future? Does it mean, if this kind of model is applied, that organizations may get to a place where they would never say anything controversial anymore, in order to cultivate either a positive or, at worst, neutral response from, for example, their social media posts? And I think it's quite interesting for me, what are the social implications of this kind of technology?
Exactly. One of the results that I presented in Journal of Management Studies in Edinburgh, this March, it was that one of my results shows that we have neutral behavioral patterns. And the reason is because that universities sometimes they don't put their strategies on the social media, and because of that they bring some rumor that we call it the information vacuum. That information vacuum is detrimental for reputation and for all of the organization performance. So the thing is, we could go further for other aspects like neutral behavioral patterns, and I still work in this part but it's more than for after my PhD. But for now, we could successfully achieve this reputation score. We could go for this one, that how we could use social media for governing university, because it's not like a researcher, we are not a community of researchers. We change to the stakeholder organization. It means that everything that you are going to do from your planning, from your governing, is related to the stakeholder. So everything regarding your strategies should be based on stakeholder perception and behavior. There is no way to understand it until you just go and come back to social media and gather those data.
Interesting. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you very much, Homa.